Laser weapons are now in Ukraine. What was still hard to believe last year has become a reality today.
It will first be used in the rear and then directly engage at the line of combat.
At the same time, we are not talking about weapons transferred by Western partners, but about a domestic development of the Ukrainian military-industrial complex, which, by the way, surpasses both British and Israeli models of similar weaponry in its parameters.
The Ukrainian combat laser can shoot down aerodynamic targets at an altitude of more than 2 kilometers.
The development, named Trident, remains classified. It has never been shown to the press, but it has already been tested in combat. What is unknown as of today? Where should we expect the deployment of the Ukrainian Trident? What targets is the Ukrainian armed forces laser weapon capable of destroying? Has the Russian military-industrial complex managed to achieve something similar? Anything like that? Watch right now in Arsenal. It became known just recently that the Ukrainian armed forces laser weapon is a reality. A sensational statement was made by the commander of the unmanned systems forces, Vadim Sukharevsky.
We can state that today Ukraine is, if I'm not mistaken, the 5th country that can say it has a laser. As of today, we are already at an altitude of more than 2 kilometers, and with this laser, we can shoot down planes.
What surprised analysts the most was not the mere existence of the weapon, but the claimed specifications. A relatively low altitude for missile defense systems, 2 kilometers for laser weapons is an impressive figure. After all, the American laws and British Dragonfire deliver even less.
The Ukrainian combat laser can shoot down aerodynamic targets at an altitude of more than 2 kilometers. These are serious tactical and technical characteristics. The fact is, its American counterpart has an effective range of about 1.6 kilometers. Accordingly, when the Ukrainian side claims tactical and technical characteristics, specifically a target range of 2 kilometers, we can say that this is a significant breakthrough for the Ukrainian defense industry in the development of innovative strike systems.
The Americans also stated that the effective operating altitude of their system ranges up to 1.6 kilometers. It should be noted that the range of laser weapons mainly depends on 2 factors: the power of the device that generates the beam itself, and the ability to keep it focused on a moving object to burn through and destroy an aerial target.
When we talk about the effectiveness of range, and we're talking about 2 kilometers, it should be noted that the essence of laser weapons lies in the ability to focus the laser beam and accurately position it on a moving target.
Therefore, as a rule, along with the laser installation, the complex also includes an extremely powerful, highly efficient, advanced and state-of-the-art energy source, which is why the system is often typically installed on large equipment if it's a mobile installation.
It's no coincidence that they all place it on some ships or powerful platforms that allow for Wade's large-scale electricity generation. Even on the Striker, there's a power station that allows the pulses to release these 50 kilowatts.
Now, about the power. The reported figures for known laser weapons today are around 50 kilowatts. This ensures the guaranteed destruction of aerial targets at an altitude up to 2 kilometers. Ukraine, however, seems to have surpassed these figures, claiming it can burn through the metal fuselage at this altitude of an aircraft.
In everyday terms, the laser power is more than 50 kilowatts because once again of an aircraft. With the declared effective range of the American laser being around 1.6 kilometers and with a power of about 50 kilowatts. In addition, it should be noted that a similar combat laser has been developed by the British side as well. The similar range of the British combat laser is up and onto the 2 kilometers. Accordingly, the power is already 55 kilowatts.
At the same time, the main target of the Ukrainian laser will not be aircraft, but drones, experts believe. There, the flight speed is lower and the body material is much less durable.
Most likely, these systems will initially be used to intercept the same drones. In the future, we can talk about using it against missiles. We can discuss its use against bombs. But this will take time.
The second most important factor in the effectiveness of laser weapons is their ability to hold the beam on a moving target at a single point. And it seems that Ukraine has solved this task.
The same advanced British combat laser, which they wanted to test under highly realistic combat conditions in Ukraine, can focus at a distance of 1 kilometer with an incredibly high accuracy of up to 23 millimeters. If, accordingly, the Ukrainian side talks about the tactical and technical characteristics, specifically a target range of 2 kilometers, then we can assume corresponding capabilities. The ability to position it precisely.
So, where should we expect the first official use of the Ukrainian Trident? According to analysts, this is an extremely successful solution for protecting our rear facilities. Firstly, there is no anti-missile, which creates additional risks of falling debris, no sounds of shots that scare civilians. And most importantly, the targets of the Russians are often energy facilities. That is, by installing a laser nearby, we will get both a source of energy for the beam and protection for critical infrastructure.
Moreover, it is about the possibility of neutralizing the main factor of Russian attacks, namely attacks using unmanned aerial vehicles, both on the residential infrastructure of Ukrainian cities and accordingly the possibility of protecting energy facilities within our country.
It will first be used initially in the rear and then subsequently directly engaged at the line of combat in the field of operations, when we can operate like most tactical aviation aircraft, where the laser must track targets with precision and accuracy in real time, and immediately and then be directed to launch this beam of energy there.
At the same time, the implementation of such a weapon will help Ukraine create an air defense system truly of world-class level. The project, of course, is extremely costly in the initial stages, but it will pay off in full in the future.
The Israelis are generally developing the laser as a supplement to the Iron Dome, meaning they want to implement it into this system so that they don't even have to fire missiles, but rather invest money, because the investments in these developments are quite substantial. Then the shot itself is very cheap, but the investments are very large.
As for the Russians, a few years ago they boasted about the unique Peresvet complex, which supposedly can even blind our space satellites with its laser. However, in reality, throughout the entire history of the Russian aerospace forces, we have not seen its application.
The statements by the Russians are usually an element of informational and political pressure, nothing more. All the declared tactical and technical characteristics of Russian weapons, from the Kinjal to the Unix, and up to the Oreshnik, have never been confirmed by actual use historically.
As for the Ukrainian Trident, it is evident that the complex is in the final testing stages. However, it has already shown impressive results, as reported by the military. Our military engineers request to complete the installation and put the weapon into series production under conditions of information silence. So, that's all for now. Did you like the video? Then don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to our new Arsenal channel. The link is in the description below the video.